last time on the Tales of Meridonia, our intrepid band of adventurers, all independently, got captured and thrown in prison. Some complained wildly that they were innocent. Others just decided, we're just going to take a nap. We're bored, sleeping this one out. They were then set free by, I can't see what the NPCs are. Was it the captain of the guard, or?
It was District Warden Galith.
The warden, I think.
Yep.
Okay. By the warden to run an errand for him, as he had air quotes mistaken the group for another crime syndicate. And so, after a good night's rest, the party is starting to pull things together for the day.
Indeed. Yes, so you guys were invited to stay at his casino, the Golden Galleon. And you all, or not you all, I know that Xyvyr, you went and stayed the night in the alleyways, attempting to collect information as you went about. But I believe that Aseurius and Harold, you did stay in the Golden Galleon, correct? All of you got a full night's rest. You rise in the morning, and you come down, at least the two of you that stayed there, you come down to the bottom floor where the casino is, and it's a lot quieter than it was the night before. Not many people in there, but still there are a few. And you find that your large dragonborn friend is there to meet you, and before you can get a word in, he quickly says, I've been waiting on you. I'm going to head down to where my shop is and retrieve a few tools. Go ahead, do what you need to do, and I will meet you on the path out of the city. And so Lumidaar turns and heads on out the door. With that said, Harold and Aseurius, what would you like to do?
I suppose for now, do we wait here for Xyvyr? Is he going to want to be back here, or do we go try to find him?
If I recall, he gave you no information.
I'm still very scared in my room.
Okay. so I took the message from Lumidaar, and I'll be waiting in the lobby, I suppose, making a list of what might we need to get up that mountain, and I'll probably know the kinds of things we might need when we see them in some shop. And I do not know the wilderness very well. Hopefully, Xyvyr will be some assistance there.
It's my survival. Oh, that's plus one. Oh, very good.
Great. So, Aseurius, what are you doing in your room right now?
I think I'm just lying on my bed at the moment, just waiting for someone to come to the door.
Okay, well, I suppose after a little while and a cup of coffee, I'd inquire where anyone else's rooms are.
I will say I have unlocked the door at this point, but I am just sitting there waiting.
Okay. And so, Harold, you said you take coffee up to him? Is that what you said?
No, I was just going to drink my coffee, and when I finish,
okay.
Then go figure out where he is.
Okay. All right, and as you're sitting there drinking your coffee in some alleyway somewhere, there is a wild Xyvyr. Xyvyr, what do you have going on this morning?
Well, I'm going to wake up and... Where's my skill list? I'm gonna do a perception check to see if I see any potential threats to me. I know I've already written my dream down in my diary from the night before.
Yes.
Oops. Let's see. There it is.
Okay.
19.
So yeah, as you awake, you remain in the shadows and jot down the details of your dream, not just the details that happened, but the emotion that was felt. And as soon as you tuck your diary back away, you look around to scan the streets around you, the rooftops above you, and pause, even slowing your breathing so that you can listen to the sounds. And you feel pretty confident that you're actually alone in this alleyway. Perhaps a scuffle of some mice or small rodents, 20 feet down. But other than that, you feel like you're all alone.
Okay, I'm going to then take probably the next half hour to an hour and just sit comfortable and just kind of sit in that alley and flip through not just last night's dream, but the last month of dreams and just see what kind of changes have occurred over that month, and if anything's closing into what my nightmares are showing me.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Four.
Indeed. And so as you're kind of flipping back through your diary and just covering the last month, which you write almost a page a day after the dreams, you're scanning back over and you're kind of at this moment where everything is just bleeding together into one dream, and it seems just somewhat incohesive. And so you find yourself just kind of getting frustrated as you're thinking about trying to pick out the details that are different, because there are differences, there are details that are different, but you can't figure out what they are. And so you find yourself just a little bit more frustrated than anything as you try to determine this. Okay. And okay, so you spend this time figuring out if there's any differences in your dreams. You spend this time. So after you're done looking at your notepad or your diary, what do you do?
After that, I'm going to go to where I know some of the eateries are in town.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to scavenge through the scraps in the back behind them.
Okay. Yeah. Give me we'll say easily enough. You go back there and you are familiar with the alleyways, so you're pretty good at finding food and sometimes even valuables that have been kind of thrown out. And so whenever you go over and you start to kind of scavenge behind a pretty popular place that you're able to go and find quite a few things, you go over and you find a whole small bag of what was a full bag of apples. You find 2 apples down in it, and they're in mostly good shape. They're probably thrown out because they were a little bit deformed. One has been seems like it's had kind of a bite taken out of it and thrown back in the bag. Overall, they're pretty good. You also find in that same trash area, you find one earring. No match to it, but there's one just kind of half hoop earring. Are you looking for anything in particular as you're scavenging?
Mostly just food and whatever odds and ends might be sellable.
Okay. So yeah, you find the couple apples. You find the one kind of like half moon earring, and then you also find a pocket watch that's in there, and it doesn't have the chain attached to it. and so it is down in there. And as you like hold it and look at it, it you would know that it feels like it has a little bit of an aura about it. Just feels a little different.
Curse item.
But oddly enough, not a lot of food other than the couple apples you found.
Could I do an Arcana check to kind of pin down what's going on with that watch?
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
15.
15. You can tell that it does have a magical aura about it, and you believe, based on your knowledge of it, that it is a very low magical item, but you can also tell that it's incomplete. And so you can see that it has been broken, where the chain would attach. That part is kind of broken off of it, and the chain is no longer attached. And so at this point, it doesn't seem functional, but the magic in it kind of seems incomplete.
Do I see any symbols on that pocket watch?
You on the rear of the pocket watch, so the front has the just a plain white face. The case of it is actually gold with a plain white face with just black numbers etched onto it. And right under the 12 at the very top, there is a small sigil, and it is incredibly small. But you do recognize it as with the 15. You recognize it as a sigil that would help you in finding things.
A locator sigil.
And do you do anything else now?
Check on the others. I'll think. I'll think on that a little bit.
Sure. All right. So Harold, you've been down there. Lumidaar has kind of already taken off. He's doing his thing. You've finished up your cup of coffee. What do you do at this point?
Well, if the others aren't coming here, I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna find them. Okay. So I'll ask the person at the counter where I got my coffee, and ask him where. Blocker, how do you pronounce your name again?
Aseurius.
Aseurius. Okay. I'm gonna ask where he is, the lizard dude, and if person's seen a shadowy person.
Okay. And so the person that's working at the like the bar area is not the same person that was working there last night. You remember it was a dwarvish woman with kind of red hair that was working there last night. Now it is a elf gentleman who is working behind the bar. But you ask him. You're asking him if he's seen your lizard friend or a shadowy guy.
Yeah.
And he turns over to you. He's kind of filling a plate with some what looks to you like eggs. And he turns over and he says, "The only lizard friend I've seen was the gentleman you just spoke to, but I don't think he would appreciate you calling him as a lizard. He was very clearly dragonborn."
Someone a little more lizardy. But yeah, I suppose you might not have seen him if he hasn't come down. We came in with Galith. if that helps narrow down who I'm looking for.
Oh, I see. In that case, he looks down at a clipboard that he has down there with some notations on it. He says, "You must be working for Galith, and in that case, I'm afraid I'm not unable to help you. You're the first one that I've seen come down on the list, and you, I assume, are Herald, yes?"
Yes. Yeah.
Well.
So do you have a record of where Aseurius might be?
Yes, Aseurius, in room 92. Looks like it's one door over from yours.
Dang! I should, if I know, I could have just knocked on my way down. Okay. I'll go find him. Yeah, thanks. Oh, if you see the shadowy guy, Xyvyr, if we're not down, then could you send him up too if he comes in?
Yes, if I see him, a shadowy gentleman, I'll send him your way. At once.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. And he goes back to like filling this plate of eggs. And so you walk on up, which is only 2 flights of stairs. You kind of turn the corner, walk all the way back over to your room, and his room is like before you get to yours, so you actually pass his room going downstairs, and you see room 92. What would you do?
Gonna give a quick triple knock.
What is it?
Oh, serious? Good morning.
Come in.
All right, reach up and come in.
Now I have a question. Do you actually step in the door?
Yeah.
As you step in the door,
Did I not
I
have?
as you step in the door, just a flick of the wrist and a spectral blade, or a psychic blade just flies and sticks in the door just above your head, and then disappears. It disappears immediately.
Oh.
So, it's just a mark on the door.
Huh.
There's nothing to grab. There's nothing there.
Yeah, that would have left a dent in me. Probably a hole. Huh. Well, what was that for? Oh, I suppose I didn't introduce.
Sorry, I thought you might have been somewhere else.
Yeah, I suppose I should have at least told you who I was.
Good thing you're not a foot taller, or that might have been in that.
Yeah. I'm barely up to the doorknob. Wait, I should probably make sure of that. 3'2"? What's the doorknob normally sit at? Oh,
3
let's
foot?
see, mine are probably
Seems about
like
3 foot?
That seems about right.
So in other words, if Hal headbutts the door, he's gonna hit the knob.
With the top of his head, not his forehead.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so ready for the day?
Yeah, I guess. Are we heading out?
All right.
Where's the Dragonborn and that other guy?
Okay, Dragonborn, he went to go get his tools. Because apparently he was doing some of his tools when he got arrested. Did he say what he did yesterday? Oh, he was pretty proud of his armor, so I wonder if I think he might have made his armor.
Little surprised
he went to go get his
that
tools.
confiscated, but
Yeah, supposedly they didn't seem too concerned. Just took the weapons. And our shadowy friend, haven't seen him yet. But I told the guy downstairs to send him up here if he comes in, if we're not down there yet. So no sign of him yet, though.
Well, I guess we should go find him. I didn't actually hear anyone come to the room. It's up here. So, other than you, you're surprisingly loud for a half.
Oh? Yeah, I suppose I'm not quite as not quite as light-footed as some of my other halfling clans. Well,
So we should go find him. Thought I heard some rummaging outside the dumpster, but that could be anything.
Yeah, that'd be quite a coincidence if hopefully Xyvyr isn't eating trash food. There's
One second.
good food here.
Can I then walk over to the window, pull my knife out, look out?
You can walk out and look out. Xyvyr, did you stay around the Golden Galleon or did you go further away?
No, I went far away.
Okay. All right, so give me a perception check as you go take a look at Aseurius.
14.
14. And so as you go and look out, your window is actually directly above a large wooden dumpster. And as you look out and you look in, you see two halfling twin boys in the dumpster, and they both look up at you and jump out of the dumpster and run away as they see you. No,
I just look
Xyvyr.
back in. I just look back and like, those ones your kin?
I don't have kids yet.
I didn't say anything about kids.
You said kin?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad. I didn't get a look out the window.
You boost.
They took off running pretty quick though.
No, I wandered for a good hour before turning in, so I'm at least an hour away from the...
Okay, you're about an hour away. Okay. All
I
right,
love how you didn't even question the knife in the window.
Yeah. No question.
Yeah, I guess I didn't know. So where did you get the? It's a strange place to have a knife. Well,
So, Xyvyr, while this is going on, do you make your way toward the Golden Galleon, where you remember the guys where you were with?
My food run kind of had my food and dumpster hunting kind of had me meander a little bit, so I meander my way back towards the Golden Galleon, but I'm gonna stick to the alleys outside it.
Sure. Okay.
But it'll take me probably an hour and a half to get back, just from my meandering.
Okay. All right, and so yeah, you're kind of making your way back, moving slowly through the alleyways, and making decent time. You have a pretty innate ability to kind of navigate an urban setting like this. So most people would probably get lost in these alleyways and through the shadows, but you move pretty well through there. And so as you guys are having this conversation, Xyvyr's kind of coming in your direction, but cautiously. And so, but we'll jump back to you guys in your room. So, what do you guys do from here?
Yeah.
Could wait a big groups. Well, yeah, if you don't want breakfast or coffee or anything, yeah. Well, if there's a shop nearby, maybe we can kind of wander.
Weren't we told we got
over
free
there.
food while we're staying here?
we get free food while we're staying here?
Yeah,
I
you'd
don't-
remember Galith that you could get food.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't remember paying for my coffee. I guess Gale said something about that.
Guess we head down there and grab some grub before Lumidaar and Xyvyr show up. If he shows
And
up.
if they're not back after a quick bite, then maybe we'll find them on our way to pick up supplies.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
And
and as-
let's assuming Xyvyr hasn't. He is coming back, right? he doesn't seem too keen on this idea.
Honestly, I don't even think he was awake enough to be aware of the idea.
Good point. I think he at least.
If you
got,
remember, he was carried.
But I think he at least was. I hope he was awake enough to get the message of that the Galith could probably find him again if he doesn't show up. Yeah, hopefully he got that bit.
Yeah, so you guys head on downstairs, and as you do, you see kind of walking in front of you as you come down the stairs a young female half-orc, and she keeps an axe on her shoulder as she just kind of walks on by. She's kind of patrolling as she's walking around the Golden Galleon. Gives off the air of security, but those of you probably Aseurius that's been kind of battle hardened a little bit. It doesn't look like she's been in many scraps, but she has an air of confidence as she strolls on by. But if you walk over to the bar where you could easily get some food, the same elf bartender that seen you earlier, Harold, is still there. You can tell he has a couple plates in front of him that he's filling up with what appears to you to be some eggs and bacon. And something that oddly looks like what we would call a biscuit. As you two walk up, he says, "Oh, friends, well, I see you found this is your, as you said, a lizard friend, yes?"
Yeah. This is the guy I was looking for.
Yes, much more like a lizard than the other one. Yes. Sure. What can we do for you?
He thought I was referring to the other guy, to Lumidaar as a lizard guy. Ooh, wouldn't dream of calling him that to his face.
And he kind of like half chuckles at that. But I'll be right back in 1 moment. And he grabs like the 3 plates and like the very like server way as he loads them up on one arm, and he walks out and you see as he takes them over to a table of humans and drops them off in front of each of them. He quickly comes back and kind of dusts himself off. And, can I get you all something, some more coffee, something to eat, drink?
I'll have some coffee and some bacon and eggs.
Yes. And as for you, he looks down at his clipboard, says, Aseurius? Aseurius?
You got it.
Excellent. Would you also like some breakfast?
Sounds like that would be delightful.
Excellent. And as he starts making the plate and everything, he says, what about your shadowy friend? Is he to be expected?
Hopefully. But if he's not here by the time we're done, then hopefully we'll find him. Is there a good shop nearby for hiking supplies?
Oh, nearby, not as much nearby, but if you head over into the shopping district, just a mile or so away, a couple blocks away, yeah, sure, you should be able to find that without too much of an issue.
Well, maybe we'll find Xyvyr on the way there if we're kind of wander around to that direction.
Something tells me we should check the alleys on the way.
Yeah, probably. But hey, if he shows up here, then I guess send him over that direction.
Yes. Sure. If a shadowy guy comes in, I'll send him to the shopping district. Yes. And as he's making your guys' plate, he's just trying to keep he's trying to make small talk, and he's so you all are working for Galith, yes?
Yeah, for now.
Shouldn't you know that? You work for him.
I work at the Golden Galleon. It's different than what you guys do. Adventurers, yes?
Sure, we'll call ourselves that.
For now, yeah, more of a doctor myself, a healer, but yeah, he's got an errand for us that makes me more of an adventurer at the moment.
I see. So fighters and such.
Well,
you fight,
more this guy maybe.
As I'm just playing with a knife.
and he takes attention to that. He's watching as you're kind of spinning the blade, so much so that he puts your bacon on the table instead of the plate. And then he quickly corrects himself, picks it up. Sorry, it's very clean counter. It's not. And he picks it up and puts it back on the plate.
I'll break up fights if I can.
Is there a dog nearby?
As you look around, no, there's no dogs in the establishment, and in fact, you don't really remember seeing any in this area.
Okay.
Xyvyr, you have seen a couple, but it's more competition than anything.
Yes.
But yeah, he picks up the plates and he sets them up there in front of you guys. And he says, "So, are you going on a very important mission then?"
Oh, sorry. What was the guy's name again?
Galith.
The warden.
Which one, Lumidaar?
Oh,
the warden.
Galith.
It's like, well, it's important to Galith, so I guess it's important to us right now.
Yes, that makes sense. I hear that Galith, he has very important business. And he says, "Well, it was lovely talking to you all. I believe I will go over here and see if these other patrons need anything. If you need anything, I'll be around."
As he's walking away, can I just slip that bacon into the bag
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
and not be noticed?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check.
Please be higher. 22.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and as he's walking away, you're still spinning your knife, and it's clearly caught everyone's attention as your other hand slips it away easily into your bag. Yeah, you slip it in, no one notices.
Oh, you finished that bacon awfully quick.
Yeah, well, I guess he's just a good cook.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Okay, and I'd say as you guys are actually finishing up eating, Xyvyr, you finally make it into the back alley of the Golden Galleon. Being here just last night, you were well.
Actually, I get about halfway, and then I make a mind I go, wait a minute, there's someone I should talk to real quick.
Okay.
Is there any blackboard fences in Royal City?
Sorry, what do you mean?
Fences, someone that you can pawn things off on, no questions asked.
Oh, sure. They're there, but give me another intelligence check. See if you've if you're aware of any at this point.
4.
You have to assume they exist in a city like this. But right off, you don't know any. You've honestly, you're still pretty new to the city and haven't been introduced to that many people. And so you're not sure where to start.
Okay.
Aseurius would probably know.
Fair.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll slip into the back alley.
Okay.
Around the.
Around the Golden Galleon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I won't. I won't enter.
Okay. So yeah, you're hanging out outside of the Golden Galleon as Aseurius and Harold, you finish up your food. Yeah. So it's you guys have waited here for about an hour now. Yeah. I mean, Harold, you've been up and roaming around for about 3 hours, but you went and got Aseurius. You've come down and eat, and it's still just the two of you get there. What do you do?
Well, I think Lumidaar is admiring his own reflection in his armor. Probably why he's distracted. Classic Dragonborn. Always something shiny.
I
we should
don't know
probably
if
go
that's
find
true about
Xyvyr.
Dragonborn. Maybe we should go find him. Yeah, the way
prefer
he was proud of his
To
armor.
stay out of
just from
prison this time.
Yeah.
Never know in a city like this. Okay.
Hey, that's the first time I've been caught for something I didn't.
Okay. And
Also,
yes,
Curtis
you guys.
has some stories there.
All right,
Oh,
you
why I
guys.
told
What's that?
So I don't know why I told you that. But you're trustworthy. Where are you?
Well, I won't dig in if you don't want to tell me. I'm a little curious, but I'll let you have your stories until you want to tell them.
Well, curiosity did kill the cat. You're not a cat, are you?
No, not last time I checked.
Do we just go looking for Xyvyr now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, as soon as we're out, starting to look around.
About the
I'm
time
gonna scan, like, every
I
alley
sneak
as
into
we
the
go.
back alley behind there and rummage through the dumpster there to see what I find.
Okay.
Do I
you guys, as you're
going
coming out,
again as we walk out?
yeah, as you guys are walking out, give me a perception check.
Where are you? 14.
9.
So, Aseurius, as you're walking out, you hear what sounds like, those pesky halflings in that trash can again, out by your window. And as you hear this, Xyvyr, give me an investigation. Rousing the Golden Galleon trash can.
Ooh,
23.
Wow.
Nat 20 with
Alright.
+3.
Excellent.
Critical 23.
And yeah, so you actually, while you're digging in there, you find an entire basket of what seems like a full meal that was, maybe not claimed or something and thrown out. And it is a big bed of like rice with broccoli and fresh chicken on top. And it actually, I mean, as far as scavenging food goes, it is like near perfection. Also, you find a small golden chain that seems oddly familiar to you.
Coincidence? Think not?
Could I?
Coincidence or fate?
Could I look to see if there's any connection between? I'm not sure what I would roll for this. See if there's a connection between the chain and that watch that I picked up earlier.
Do you hold them like out in your hands?
Yes, I'm holding the chain in one hand and the pocket watch in the other.
Can I also be, in the meantime, be stealthily making my way over to the dumpster just to check if
Go give me a stealth check. As you're walking your way over there.
19.
And so, Xyvyr, you are hanging out here, and you're like holding these together, and you can feel almost like a magnetic draw that are pulling these, almost pulling your hands together as these are nearing each other.
Well, I should say when I get done with the dumpster, I am going to stay on the move. I don't just hang in one place.
Okay, so these guys are kind of like turning the corner as you find the object, and so you grab it. And what do you do after you grab the chain? You pocket it and move, or what do you do here?
I move while looking at both of them.
Okay. So I say as you pull it out, do you walk toward you came from the back, so do you continue walking up toward the front of the building?
I would see if there's another little side alley and sneak down that instead.
Of course.
No. So where you're at right now, there's actually, you're going either toward the front of the building or toward the back. There's no at this point. There's no side alleys. There's just another wall on the side of you. Yeah. It's just a two-way.
I would probably double back around towards the back.
Okay. And so as you grab the chain, then you pocket it. Curious about it. And as you kind of back up and turn around the tail, Blocker, or Aseurius, you move, down the alleyway, and as you glance down, you see just the tail end of a mist as it goes around. It looks oddly familiar. As you watch it takes off around the back of the building.
I just yell back to Harold's like, I think I may have found him. I don't know many other mists that move like that.
He has a strange air around him.
Very true.
Oh, let's go see.
Just follow.
You just follow the mist? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to move a little more quickly because he seemed to be
seem to be moving. Sure. Okay. All right. So Xyvyr, as you're kind of walking around the back of the building,
when I hear Aseurius say that,
seriously, are you trying to say it quietly?
No.
I don't. You kind of yelled at it.
I yelled it back because I didn't think Harold would be able to hear it.
So go ahead with that, Xyvyr. Give me a perception check because you have this in your pocket. You've turned to kind of run around the back end of the building. You found goodies and you want to move with them. You are preoccupied, thinking about the odd connection. Like you have found these miles apart, but you have found the chain in one place, and now you found the pocket watch in another, and your brain is just going through 100 different possibilities, and you don't hear him.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay.
Is I'm assuming my stealth check is no longer in play at this point.
Are you moving stealthily or are you moving quickly?
I typically try to move stealthily and quick, but that's where it comes into play.
Okay. As you're trying to move quickly, we will do that stealth check with disadvantage then, since you're trying to catch up to him, but also move it. Also roll it.
21.
It doesn't matter. You're silent. You're silent. All right.
That's
yes, and
literally
so
my best stat.
the question now is your halfling cleric following you?
You had a bit of a head start, but yeah, I'd be kind of a little bit of a hustle, fast walk to try to catch up.
Okay. So you're a ways away from him. Is that what you're saying, Harold?
At least the length of the building apart, probably.
Okay. You're okay then. You're moving relatively slowly. So I would say at the rate that Xyvyr is moving and the rate that Aseurius is moving incredibly stealthily, you're able to turn the corner of the building, Aseurius, as you see the mist turn the other side of the building. And so like every time you turn a corner of the building, you just see mist, and you're like,
Me or Harold?
no, you Aseurius, because you make it like to the back of the building, but the building is sort of rectangular shape. So the side you're going down is longer than the back side that he was going down.
Is there any like probably more acrobatic way to close that distance?
Yeah. So if you continue to chase, you'll make it through past the back of the building significantly faster than he'll make it down the other side of the building.
Okay.
And so as you turn this next corner, you then see just the back of Xyvyr as he's probably looking down, and again keeping his head on the swivel because that's Xyvyr. But we'll check on that in a second, Emperor. But you actually finally do see the misty presence that has evaded you to 2 turns. But he is there. So as you now see him, what do you do?
I'm questioning, can I catch up to him and do I come up? I kind of want to run up to him and just like put my hand on his shoulder and go like, "What you got?"
I mean, I'll let you keep your previous stealth roll of a 19.
The 21.
Go ahead, Xyvyr, as you're making your way up. Let's get one more perception check as this scenario plays out. See if you can beat that 19.
Oh, there you go. I got a 21.
Cool.
It's my last one.
Actually, 19. Yeah, but you had disadvantage, so you had to keep the 19, unfortunately.
No, that was I had 21 with disadvantage. The 19 was my previous.
Oh, you rolled it. Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah, you sneak up. And you're able to kind of drop your hand. And so, Xyvyr, as you're walking, do you have this pocket watch kind of out as you're kind of looking, trying to figure out what the connection is, and you just feel this hand come down on your shoulder. What do you do?
Let me read my character sheet.
So as he's doing that, White Fox, are you only hearing Emperor doubled? And by the way, Captain of the Abyss, welcome. Tio, Liam, White Fox, hey, appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with us. Maybe, okay. And yeah, if you guys have any feedback for the volume and stuff, let us know. We're still perfecting the system.
So I would be slightly startled by this, and my reaction would be to Shadow Step.
Shadow Step, okay. And you're able, from where you're at right now, moving into the shadows, you see in an alleyway about 40 feet away another shadow. And so, Aseurius, as you drop your hand on his shoulder, you see all of a sudden he just there's a mist in front of you, and he disappears.
I'm just going like, well, that's good to know. That'll be useful.
Now, give me a perception check as he disappears, and then we'll do that. That's
13.
13. As he just disappears, you look around and you do not see him anywhere.
I just call it. It's like, hey, Xyvyr. Friendly. Don't worry.
Friendly. Okay. And Xyvyr, you hear as he calls out to you. All right. Real quick, while Ian is getting logged in, let's do a sound check real quick. And I've got to do some adjustments now. Ian came in and broke everything. Hey, Ian.
I think you're muted, Ian.
Yep.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good, man.
Been staring at Discord.
It did sound like Emperor is.
Seems like looks like it's coming through the camera and mic, but I can still hear him clearly. Really? That is odd. Let me. I wonder. Okay, now everybody say something real quick.
I guess the fan favorite has returned.
Something.
Something.
Okay,
Something.
Emperor, say something.
Something.
All right, let me know if that has fixed it.
Hola. Bienvenidos.
Not really, huh?
It's weird because it's only Emperor that's having it.
Yeah.
You d-
But
so
it
he's
should.
not- it's not that way in alchemy, which is weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe the problem is that Emperor has multiple lifetimes and spirits that are all speaking at one time. You hear 'em
Wrong
all.
campaign! Wrong campaign! Wrong campaign!
What is it?
Very true. Okay. Well. Scroll is annoying. All right. Okay. Well, we'll jump back in. We'll see if we can figure out what it is. I'm not sure. Everything looks good on my side. But okay. So Xyvyr, you just shadow stepped to across the alleyway. You're able to kind of turn back and see. To see at least the person you were there with the previous night. And he calls out, Xyvyr, I'm friendly. What do you do? He left.
Did
Now he's
we
like,
lose
he's
him?
not friendly. I don't trust him a bit. Oh, all right, he disconnected, so maybe he's restarting. So we'll redo that in just a moment. While he's out, Lumidaar, you had ran back over to your shop to make sure you grabbed your tools and didn't leave anything behind. So what? As you approach, you were in a borrowed workshop that you had rented out for a few days. What would you like to do as you're kind of making your way over to your workshop and back?
What would I like to do is I make my way over to the workshop and back. I would like to remember what happened last week. First of all.
Last week?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Oh, we got
Gotcha.
we got not blackmail. We got coerced into doing the job. That's right.
I mean, I think you were just hired. I don't know.
Hired,
Use those kind of
coercion.
words.
There's weird words for it, I know. So, yeah. So I think, I guess just there and back, I think he's probably, I guess probably just contemplating what has transpired. That this job, how this job has come about. Can he actually trust this guy? Can he trust these people that he's, that he found himself in the prison with, and now all of a sudden they're apparently part of the same team, and they've got a job to do. He's not totally sure about the shadow guy, He keeps super quiet with his hood up in the corner. He likes the little guy, the little cleric guy, and he's tolerant of the lizard. Simply because I think there's a little bit of camaraderie there that they're so exotic, the two of them, and stuff, and at least the lizard seems ready to scrap if need be. I think is probably his biggest thing. Is at this point, coming from a family of barbarians, a tribe of barbarians, that's probably kind of how he views the world right now. Who's ready? Who's ready to go when it's time to fight, when it's time to battle.
Right.
And he hasn't ever really seen anything outside of barbarian rage, and so I think for now, for him, anything other than not all the time, but certain situations when it seems like a fight is necessary, anything other than brute strength, he probably is unfamiliar with at this point. So he's probably contemplating all that as he walks back and trying to think, okay, where does he fit into that? What does he need to do? And so I think probably that would get him thinking, okay, if I've got to work with these people, I need to protect the little guy. I need to protect the shadowy guy because I think they're awful squishy because they're super small and skinny. And so that would probably feed into how he modified his armor and things like that, so that he would be more defensive, more of a protector, taking a lot of those hits and stuff. That would probably feed into why he's doing this. So that's probably what he's thinking about is how do I get my armor to work the way I want it to, and how do I adjust what I know I need to do to get this party through this as best we can. Because he is very intelligent, and he's a very intelligent creature, and so that's right. He thinks about he's kind of cerebral. He thinks about it in terms of that, like survival type stuff. So that's probably what he's doing.
Okay.
Yes, is my camera on for you or no?
No, your camera's off for us.
It is
for me anyway.
No.
So yeah, just walking there to get his stuff and thinking about how do I need to adjust this armor to make it do what I think it needs to do.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So you make it there. You get a little confused along the way because you weren't walking free of will whenever you made it to the jail, and then when you made it kind of out of the jail, you're in a kind of a weird part of the city you hadn't really explored yet. But within 30 minutes or so, you're able to find your way back to familiar streets and easily back to the shop that you came from. Okay, I think Blocker's probably backed out, and we'll load back in just a moment. Rebooting?
Yep,
All right,
he's
you're
just
good, Blocker.
rebooting.
Yep. Okay, cool. Gotcha. So, with that, Ian, you make it back over. Grab any of the tools and belongings that you had to leave over there, and you make it back over to the Golden Galleon. And as you walk over, you're kind of approaching the front door of the Golden Galleon. You hear from the alleyway, "Xyvyr, we're friends. We're friendly."
So I hear that from the alleyway.
You hear that coming from the alleyway as you're about to open the door to go into the Golden Galleon.
Well, I'm gonna run to the alleyway then. Come running in and what's going on?
It's like Xyvyr spooks easy. Don't worry about
it. Who was it that was?
You did approach
it
in the creepiest way possible.
Who was it that was yelling? Aseurius was? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have snuck up on him, put my hand on his shoulder, and disappeared.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Easy. If it's him that spooks easy, why was it you that was screaming like a little lizard girl? Did I say it? He says it what he thinks is a joking manner. but he has no idea if you take it as a joke or not, because he's from a tribe of barbarians, and he has no charisma at all. So he's like, oh, why were you the one screaming like a little girl then? A little lizardling.
I'll let that pass this time.
And Xyvyr, you see from your shadow across the alleyway, you see the familiar, somewhat familiar, large dragonborn come up and start talking to the lizard folk that just yelled at you. And then finally, as you make this joke, Harold makes his way around the back of the building from the other side. So you see this little halfling kind of emerge around the corner.
The trustworthy one.
Xyvyr will pocket the necklace, the chain, and the watch in the.
Did I see that before he disappeared?
I'd made my my mist pretty thick.
Yeah. You weren't able to see around what he had, but you could tell he had something in his hands. And he does have a bowl of rice and chicken too, so that he found.
But after I pocket everything, I will slowly float back over to the group in my little cloud, my little thick cloud of dark mist.
Okay.
As you
And
come
so
over
out
there.
of the alleyway, you
Yes.
see Xyvyr coming back over toward you. And Harold walks around the corner to just, the kind of the group that he was with, but now he sees them in the daylight, and yeah. So you guys are finally all together in this alleyway. What do you do from here?
I just look at as I was born, I was like, so, find anything good?
Well, when you scavenge for a living, anything is good.
You seemed a little preoccupied.
Xyvyr goes silent. Because I'm going to do a perception check to see if I see any threats to my existence. That's a 5.
Wow, the dice do not like you tonight.
No. As you come out of this alleyway, and you come over, you realize all of a sudden you are surrounded by people that are almost strangers to you. You have a dragonborn to your right, you have a lizard folk to your left, and then you have a halfling, kind of making his way up towards you as quick as his legs will let him. And with that, you're noticing them, and you don't really notice anything else outside of there. As you all are joined here.
We all ready to go?
Are we all ready to go? Is that what you said? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Lumidaar, you see him click his gauntlet on. He's like, you hear it kind of hum a little bit. He says, "Yep, I'm ready."
All right, so at this point, are you guys leaving the
Do we need
city?
anything
You
for the
going
hike?
to shop? Yeah, I was gonna say.
We would like to shop.
Yeah.
Any of you guys
So-
go hiking or camping or anything before?
Do I look like I camp if I have to? Or if I don't have to?
Well, probably not. No idea about it. You guys look like you're pointing at Xyvyr and Lumidaar. You guys look like you might know something about living out in the wild.
Oh, yeah. If we're headed to the wild, I'll be okay. I don't know about you guys, but I'll be all right. Do you guys need some camping equipment?
Okay.
Do you got your
Do you
gear?
have any?
I have some, but
What do I have?
I don't know.
I have a blanket.
Blanket order. Do you guys need to go shopping?
We probably should if we're going to the mountains. I doubt you have mountaineering equipment.
You doubt who has mountaineering equipment?
This whole... We call this a team?
I think we should go by Skells and Spells. Or Spells and Skells, either way.
Sounds reasonable.
Bold of you to assume we'll live long enough to do that.
Bold of you to assume you'd be in the front. But I guess that's what you mean.
All right.
Oh,
So-
you've lived, what was it, 80?
Hmm? Back
Is
in
that right? I
Marvel,
think
I said it's been 70 years since I'd been up in the area that we were headed.
Yeah, that's what you said. So you've lived that long, at least.
Yes.
All right. So as you guys hang out, are you you guys remember that the kind of the bartender you spoke to earlier? He did mention that there was several places you could buy general goods or clothing, whatever you needed for your trek. You could find here in Royal City, over in the merchant quarters. And if not, you were kind of given the directions to go and to begin your journey.
Anybody want to purchase any type of healing stuff? Somebody got any-
If we need healing,
heals
then I hope I have you covered.
Well, you can hope in one hand, and you can hold Tiny Lizard Man in the other, and all you have is a Tiny Lizard Man.
Tiny.
But some backup.
Does your tail grow back if I cut it off? Are you one of those where your tail grows back?
I don't know, are you?
No, it doesn't. I'm not a lizard. Did your tail grow back?
I don't think I should tell you.
I'm just wondering for rationing purposes.
In that case, no.
You're gonna be selfish about it. That's fine.
Now I'm gonna be constantly watching my back to make sure she's an axe.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. All right. All right. With that, as you guys are still you're standing around in this alleyway, and it is relatively awkward as you all have just been kind of forced together at this point. And you're having this kind of weird conversation about its tail, and you're all just kind of standing there. With that said, have you collectively as a group made a decision if you're going to go shopping or if you're going to begin your trek out of the city?
We should go shopping. We should shop. We should get supplies, obviously, for food, for eating, because we can't eat his tail, apparently. We should get potions.
Your tail brother has more meat on
Things
it.
to take care of. Because it's like my old grandpappy used to say, a piece of bread in the pocket is better than a feather in a hat. And I think that speaks for itself. So let's go shopping.
All right.
Not sure what that means, but okay. Let's go.
Not a very smart player, are ya? Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. So
Xyvyr just darkens the mist around him.
As we're leaving, can I slip that bacon I hid earlier to Xyvyr?
You just slip it. Are you gonna like hand? Does he know you're handing it to him, or are you just trying to slip it?
I'm just gonna like nudge him and just like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
secretly.
Did you say bacon knife?
No. Just he has 3 slices, three pieces of bacon that he pocketed. When no
That
one
the
was
guy
looking.
dropped on the really dirty counter.
Is it lizard tail bacon?
That information was not volunteered at at the bar. And you kind of nudge Xyvyr and you reach out and hand the bacon. Xyvyr, you see the bacon being offered to you.
I just give him a nod of thanks and move on and accept it with a nod of thanks.
You're
But I am going to check to see if it's poisoned.
Sure, yeah.
That might be
And
wise.
as you check it, you're quite well. Kind of slowly lift it to your nose and get a smell and just kind of feel the texture of it. It feels clean, smells clean. You don't get any hints of poison from it. It smells a little bit like it was in a lizard's pocket, but other than that, it's normal bacon.
A lizard's pocket smell like.
Just a little bit dusty, just a touch moldy, and a slight.
I could see it
fishy
being
smell.
moldy. Could see it being moldy.
But overall, good bacon.
Lumidaar leans over and sniffs
It's
it.
only been there for like maybe an hour, if that.
Sniffs
Yeah.
it really hard. Smells the lizard on it. Kind of grins to himself and looks over. I knew it.
What are you sniffing?
The lizard bacon.
Oh,
So
I
it was
think
like
they did that in secret.
Oh, a secret. You had no idea that was going on.
Yeah.
I can smell lizard bacon a mile away.
Oh, man.
See.
Oh, lizard bacon. All right. Yeah. So as you guys make your way out of the alleyway and move through the open streets, you'll notice Xyvyr's super uncomfortable.
Yep.
Aseurius himself might be a little bit uncomfortable moving through the kind of crowded streets as well.
Xyvyr's looking for the nearest alley to duck
Yeah.
in.
Why are you guys uncomfortable?
No comment.
No comment.
The
Let's do a
shadows.
perception check.
the
Does
shadows just darken.
Lumidaar see that they're uncomfortable?
Give me that perception check.
Uh,
Oh, I thought you were saying deception check.
Deception to see.
12. Does Lumidaar pick up that they're uncomfortable?
With that, and Lumidaar is actually kind of leading the charge at this point. And about the only thing he notices is that he looks back and they're moving just a touch slower, or Xyvyr's moving a little bit slower. Aseurius is keeping up, but Xyvyr is basically looking for an escape route every 2 steps. And Lumidaar doesn't notice that they're nervous or uncomfortable, but he notices they're being slow.
Well, when he notices they're being slow, Lumidaar's going to stand up to his full height, raise his arms up, and say, "Hey, everybody, get out of the way! We're trying to walk through here."
Xyvyr
And then I
gets
look
to the
back and
nearest
say,
alley.
"Come on."
On that note,
and,
I just like dip into the crowd and disappear.
Yep, Xyvyr does the same thing.
And half your people, and so
Well,
now
that-
it's Dragonborn and a halfling standing next to each other. The
Lumidaar
crowd is
not paying
partying.
attention. Lumidaar is walking through the path he just created.
Lumidaar keeps going. Yeah, so the people they move,
With
they
his
back up out of the way.
magnificence.
Xyvyr
That
just
seems a little
shadows them.
unnecessary.
Can I
Xyvyr
just
just-
basically be keeping up, but like moving through the crowd masterfully so that like no one really suspects it's someone's intentionally going through?
Can I do the same from the alleys?
From the alleys. Yeah, but both you guys give me kind of stealth checks.
16.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. You're in the alleyways, and you're as you're moving kind of through the crowd. Both of you are in somewhat of your natural environment here, and so you move effortlessly, and it's really not difficult for either of you to keep an eye on your Dragonborn friend. who even in a very diverse crowd is towering above most of everyone here. There's the random like other Dragonborn that he kind of passes it, but for the most part, he is taller than everyone in here. So
You
yeah,
guys
easily
see-
enough, you move.
Easy
through.
to keep track of.
Dragonborn gang sign.
Yeah, sort of like when people on motorcycles see each other, they have the wave.
The bouncer.
The Dragonborn's kind of the same thing.
It's like you dab them up, like, what's up? Yeah. Hold on.
Exactly.
What's up?
Uh,
Yeah. Dragonborn. For
So yeah.
life. For life.
Oh man.
Who's
Yeah.
slow
So
now?
eventually, you guys make it over to the market area. You guys are able to kind of follow along relatively unseen. Every once in a while, Harold and Lumidaar, you'll hear a little bit of like a crashing sound from the alleyway as Xyvyr's like looking around and then like stumbles over a crate. But for the most part, he moves very quietly and silently as he follows along. But you guys finally enter into the merchant area, and there's just kind of this long street, and there's just shops on both sides, and there's like buildings that are kind of built into each other, and there's shops in every building, and then outside of the buildings there's stalls out there where there are individuals selling different things, and as you're walking around, there's just huge crowds of people everywhere you go. But just about everywhere you're going, you're having to like kind of stand in a line to move 3 or 4 steps. What exactly are you looking for while you're here in the merchant square?
I mean, Lumidar's keeping his eyes out for like potions and whatnot, and also like rations. How long are we expecting to be? Like a month? Is that what?
It's about a month-long journey, yeah, to there and back.
So he's just looking for like, where you would buy like dried foods and stuff and things like that and potions. But he's also always on the lookout for like little magical, like not even like super useful magical items, just like anything that's been like, like an artificer would do, infused with, magical stuff, kind of tinkering stuff, just like anything that kind of catches his eye. He's always just kind of on the lookout for anything like that that's like unique and whatever, wondrous, I guess.
Yeah. So as you kind of enter down, you can see down in the 45 feet away. There's a little stall there with a wooden potion bottle, and right underneath it just says Crown Potions. And so you see that there. There is a clothier in the big building kind of behind there, and all these have wooden and stone signs. Most of the building items they have these stone signs that have like kind of shop name written on it or carved etched into it. And most of the stalls are actually carts that are on wheels that can kind of wheeled back out whenever the shopping day is over. And so yeah, there's absolutely a potion shop. There's a clothing shop. There's gonna be a general. There's kind of a magic store if that's what you're looking for. You'll all find about anything that you want here at Royal City. It comes with varying prices.
All right.
Harold, give me a perception check.
Well,
Perceive with your
4 plus 7 total.
As you're walking around, and you're just even down this low, you're just constantly kind of being bumped into and rubbed against. And go ahead and deduct 5 gold out of your inventory.
Savage.
Okay. And I have no reaction because I have no idea this happened.
You have no idea this happened. Okay. And so as you enter into this busy market area, Xyvyr, Aseurius, what do you guys got going on?
Go ahead.
I think you have a better idea what you're doing first.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive deeper into the alleys and find a nice shadowy spot, and then I'm going to pull out the watch and chain and try and put them together.
Okay. Yeah, as you you pull them out and just kind of hanging out over here, all alone, kind of in the shadow. As you pull them out, you can feel almost a magnetic tension as they want to join together, and you hear a as they lock in together, and as it kind of comes together, you can feel that there is a slight, a more complete magical essence that comes along with it. You now have in your hands a pocket watch of perception, and so essentially, it is a magical item that can give you advantage on perception once per day. But you, at this point, you recognize the sigil underneath the 12 as a locating sigil, and so after it's finally together, you can understand the arcane energies in it to give you this. Basically, it's a one-time use when you kind of lock down the button to kind of like set the time for a set period of time. It will give you. It'll help you just look and it'll enhance your ability to see and hear and understand what's around you. But mechanically, it's advantage on perception once per day.
Okay.
Yeah. And you got it because you nat 20 the second investigation check. You weren't going to find the chain for quite some time, but here we are. Okay. So you put that together. Now, Aseurius, what do you do?
I think I'm just gonna carefully move into the crowd, looking for a shop to get some provisions and stuff for the trip.
Okay. Yeah. So there's about any shop that you would be interested in. You kind of see it here. Are you looking for potions? You want food, like rations? Do you want?
Probably just a nice, like kind of like maybe a store that has like a mountaineering kind of setup, so like some potions, some food, maybe some ropes and stuff for climbing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll kind of expedite this shopping experience. Just let me know kind of what you guys want. We'll say over the next couple hours you're able to, for the most part, find it, unless it's just something that is not available here, and then I'll give you a price. So I'll start at the top with the top for me, which is Spurg, and so be Harold. Harold, you're kind of in the shopping area. It is bustling, and from your perspective, it's hard to really see much. But you can see kind of the signs, and you can kind of tug on Lumidaar and have him tell you what he sees. What is it that Harold would want to buy while he's here?
Let's see. So the kinds of things that come to mind include a bedroll, because my blanket's probably not going to do a whole lot for me on its own. A mess kit for cooking, unless someone else has cooking supplies. Well, let's see. Suppose we should have enough rations for the whole thing, so that'd be a month's worth of rations. Lumidaar, do you think hunting might be a reasonable option out there? Hunting and foraging?
Yeah, obviously, we probably be able to take care of some of that stuff. I know that, what's his name, Lizard Guy, probably pretty good at hunting stuff. I'm decent at it as well, but it's probably best if we, at least get as much as we can while we're here. We don't want to go in too unprepared. You never know what's out there in the wilds.
Yeah. Okay, so I suppose I'll look for a month's worth of rations, and if we have any left over, then I suppose I can feed the homeless with anything I've got left.
Sure. You're able to find. There's a little store called Odds and Ends, which is just a complete, just general store. So you can get a month's worth of rations, 5 silver each.
5 silver total for a month of rations? Is that what you...
No, that's 1 day ration. That's why I'm
Oh,
doing the
1 day
conversion here. Sorry.
Or maybe 15 gold.
Do 15 gold? Yeah. So yeah, 15 gold for a month's worth of rations.
So everybody got 15 gold?
Should.
got
You all got
50
paid 50 gold. Yeah. For Galith for taking on this journey. I would say that everybody... what will this be? Everybody give me an intelligence check real quick.
Nat 20.
Ooh, nat 20. Okay.
Sorry, 1 sec.
That one,
The
which is a
modifier.
0.
Wow, an absolute 0.
7.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay. All right. Anyone that rolled
15.
Okay, anyone rolls above a 12, you would know that there is at least before you get into the very, very cold area, there is one small town that is there that you could always stop at and restock up. That would be, about 6 or 7 days into the journey. There is another small town that you'd be able to stop at and recoup if necessary. If you rolled above a 12, you're familiar with that town. If you rolled below a 12, you're not. If you rolled below a 1, I don't know what you know. You don't know.
Thing that does things.
So,
Yeah,
I got a
There's totally
question.
a town somewhere over there that no idea.
Just a question. How much, like, this is just an overall game question. How much, like, because I know you guys have played a game like this before, like, how much does the cold actually play into, like, what is, like, can we expect the weather to play into the stuff? Do we need to account for that just as we're kind of as our thinking about our character, or, and things like rations and stuff like that, or is it just kind of...
So rations, not as much, but the cold, once you get into the cold, will definitely play a part. There will be, there'll be kind of like a cold weather system that takes place over there, and so your characters would probably know that you need to prepare for the cold with like cold weather clothes and stuff.
All right. So how much would cold weather clothing be?
Or is
cold
this
weather
clothes
are, or...
yeah, you can absolutely find them here at one of the clothing stores. The cold weather clothes are 10 gold a set, and it comes with a fur cloak.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of those.
Okay.
I will also slip over and acquire a set.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, anyone that wants to buy those, it'll be 10 gold to buy those. To get the cold weather clothes. And then you can add those to your inventory.
Am I smart enough to do that?
I mean, if you're nearby, so if you're nearby us, which I don't know if you are or not, but I mean, Lumidaar would definitely tell you, like, all kidding aside, it's gonna get gross, it's gonna get nasty, you need to stock up. And he would also say, because you would know that village is there, that we shouldn't expect. I just said in character. There is a village not too far from here, but they will also be getting ready for winter. So shouldn't really expect that they're going to have a whole load of supplies and things for us. So whatever we need, we probably need to gather it now.
I'd probably be
Yeah,
close
they
to
might not
probably for that.
have full.
How big is this marketplace area?
How big is it?
Hmm.
It is pretty massive. But like once you get on the marketplace, there's only like it's a long strip, and then there's a couple roads that kind of split off. But for the most part, all the buildings are like connected on the left and right sides of the roads, and there's stalls out there. I'd say the strip itself is about a mile long, with 2 or 3 roads on each side that kind of split off going different directions.
I guess I do have a better wisdom stat than intelligence, so I guess I would be wise enough to get it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to see if your character figured out the clothing thing, I mean, Lumidaar would tell you, but that would be more of a like survival check anyway.
And sure, I'm also going to like a mountaineering kind of store. I'm assuming they would say something probably.
Yeah. If you were to tell any of the shopkeepers kind of where you're going or what you have going on,
Yeah.
they will start trying to sell you stuff to help you.
Yeah. How much is
so
that?
Yeah, it's 10 gold for cold clothes.
And a month's worth of rations is
cold weather
15.
Is 15 gold. Yeah.
I'm also going to pick up a month's worth of rations.
Good thing my background starts with more gold.
Very true. Okay. With that, have you gotten the stuff that you would want to get?
No, Lumidaar is going to look for some potion stuff.
Potions? Okay.
Potions of healing, mostly. But then also, like, he's going to, he'll spend a little bit of time, really, especially in a random, what'd you say, it's like a, where are we at? Like a
Royal City? Or...
general store, I guess you said?
Yeah, there's an odds and ends general store. That you're hanging out
Yeah, he
at.
would, odds and ends stuff, he would probably, do a not a deep search, but definitely just keep an eye out for anything at all that looks like it might be enchanted in some way, or even if it's even if it's super common. I mean, for him, it's almost a hobby to kind of get these things and study them. So he's always just looking for things like that.
Sure. So,
Are we saying a month is 30 days? Yes.
Yeah, it'd be 30 days. And so you're in the general store, in the odds and ends store. There's plenty of things that would probably be useful. You can find glass bottles, candles, regular clothes, flasks, and in the odds and ends store, you're just kind of looking through everything that's there, and kind of over. So yeah, you're kind of in this. Sorry, I was reading something real quick. You're in the odds and ends store, and everything seems to be relatively newer things. And whenever you kind of get over looking at some of the stuff that the shopkeep has sitting there, you see a old, like, worn out like leather belt, but it has several like small pockets in it, and it is interesting looking. Definitely looks old and worn out, but it has about 5 tiny pockets in it that's there. But otherwise, this particular shop seems to be all relatively normal things.
So, I'll go over and check the belt out and pick it up and kind of examine it and see if it's got anything at all worth it.
So this particular belt, as you kind of open up the pockets, each pocket has like a different kind of herb and spice, and it's kind of specifically made for cooking. So when you're cooking, you reach in, has different herbs and spices in it.
Okay, I think he likes that. He'd be interested in that.
Okay.
How much would the belt of spices run?
Yeah. So as you're kind of holding it, the shopkeep, which is a small goblin man, he walks over to you and he says, That there belt has been won by many adventurers. I'll make you a deal on it. It is old, but it will hold up quite well. I'd give it to you for 10 gold.
10 gold. Now, do I have to stock it myself, or does it stock itself?
Oh, it comes stocked just this one time. You have to stock it after this every time, but it will make your food taste delicious.
So it doesn't create the spices. It just holds them.
Yes, it just holds them. Does not create them.
10 gold seems pretty steep for something.
Well,
Did I just?
I'm ready to barter. Make me a deal. Make an offer.
He'll look around a little bit too. He's gonna get some vials as well. Are there like just empty vials there?
Yeah. So he has empty vials. They'd just be 1 gold each.
Yeah. So he'll hold the belt up and then he'll point at like two vials. He'll say, "I'll take the belt and 2 vials. I'll give you 8 gold for it."
8 gold. He does the math in his head real quick, and he says, 9, and you got a deal.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. You can't ever have enough spice to put on your lizard tail.
Indeed. I particularly like it with a bit of lizard flesh myself. The toes are quite tasty.
Lizard toes.
Lizard toes,
Tried
yeah.
that. Never tried lizard toes. Maybe try that.
Don't
I
cook
really
them.
want. I
Eat them raw.
really just want to
They're
just
better.
like appear beside him. It's like you tried cutting anything off.
This goblin would immediately jump back. No, not you. A different lizard. Geckos.
Yeah. I know other lizards.
Name 2.
The Geico lizard.
That one.
And there's another one. Forgot his name. Forgot what his name is. So you named 2 lizards.
Well, there's myself. My cousin Salazar. I don't want my whole family.
Salazar is not a lizard, he's a snake.
So as you guys are shopping, is anyone else looking for anything else?
Just a potion. Like a potion, couple potions of healing or whatever. Whatever's available.
And remember when you first walked in, you seen crown potions that was over there. And you know, as you walk up, you ask if there are any potions of healing, and they have just one. It is quite the popular commodity, as he tells you.
Dibs.
He has, oh my gosh. Yeah, and so as you walk up, and he tells you he has just the one left. He's kind of a burly orcish man with like kind of green stained fingers and stuff from where he works the potion stuff all day, and he says, "Hi, it's yours for 60 gold."
60 gold.
Yes.
Come on. Like,
They're hard to come by around here. Yes.
I know, but like, I look at your fingers, I can tell you're a man who works his craft, and I appreciate that. I honor that totally, but man of your capabilities, surely you can get some more potions whipped up within a couple of days. Like, you're not going to be out for long, right?
The barter is open. What do you offer?
Would you take less gold? What about 50? 50 gold healing potion. Good to go. And I'll trade you these two vials of acid. That hold out 2 fully loaded vials of acid. 50 gold, 2 vials of acid.
Go and give me a persuasion check. He's looking at the acid and he's thinking of what all he could do with that.
I don't even want to know what's going through his head right now.
Is that a what check?
Persuasion.
11.
Can I help him persuade?
Sure. How you can do it?
Basically, it's gonna like talk to the guys. It's like gonna barter with him a bit, get him to kind of sympathize with him. Really talk him up, and just
Be like, you're green, I'm green, he's green, we're all green.
I'm not green.
We're brothers.
We're all brothers of mine.
I'm glad I'm not in that shop.
You're like going around this green rant, and he's like looking at his skin. He's like, "All right, give me that persuasion check with advantage."
All right.
So you can roll one more.
13.
He's feeling probably less persuaded, but more ready to kind of get back to work. And you guys are kind of slowing things down here. And he goes, "All right, 55 in the vials, and we'll call it a deal."
All right, I can do that. All right. Totally doable.
Perfect.
You drive a hard bargain, sir. But I think at the end it was worth it. This potion of 2d4 plus 4 will probably save one of our lives. And I reach my hand out, I put it on his shoulder, and say, you, sir, are a gentleman. That's it. Take my vial.
Yeah, he says nothing. As you take your vial,
Nothing.
walk out.
What a jerk.
He turns back around, kind of shaking his head as to this scenario just took place. Okay, you got your one potion of healing. Was anyone trying to shop for anything else while you're here?
I was just looking for those the kind of climbing implements and stuff. Got the food and stuff.
Sorry, say it one more time.
Climbing implements like ropes and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. You're able.
Yeah, I was thinking about the rope too.
Okay. Yeah, in the general store, the odds and end general store, you could absolutely get a rope there. Let's see. Oddly enough, the list I have here does not have a rope on it. But yeah, you can find 50 feet of rope for 1 gold.
Okay.
And climbing equipment. The general store you're in, he encourages you to invest in maybe some crampons, which are like metal spikes that go on your shoes, keep you from sliding on ice.
How much are those?
2 gold.
I'll take those 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, anyone that wants those, they have a decent supply of them. When winter hits, it kind of hits this area too, just at least a little bit, and so they keep supplied for adventurers like yourself going out into the snowy mountains. So at least there's enough of most of the cold weather supplies for the 4 of you.
I got a big foot.
I'll take a pair of those of the crampons.
Okay. So yeah, anyone who wants those, that would be 2 gold, 1 gold for any rope that you want to buy. and you guys can go and mark it on your list, and say you've spent a good amount of time here shopping and getting things, getting ready for your trek out.
I think it's time to adventure, fellas.
Yeah, I'm a little excited for this. I haven't really done much camping or hiking at this scale. Should be fun. I hope.
Oh, it's gonna be fantastic.
Xyvyr just kind of gives you a look of. He just shakes, just gives you a look.
There's no idea.
I'm excited to be on this adventure with each of you.
It's going to take a while to get used to adventuring with all of you.
Well, do we think we have everything now?
No, but we'll be okay.
Sure, the two of us, our scales will protect us from whatever.
Yes, that and my armor. Yes, you're correct.
Okay. And as you guys you finally finish up your shopping, you
Actually,
guys.
one more thing.
Yes.
One more thing. Where would I get a pair of tinder boxes?
Tinder boxes.
I have one.
So someone may have one, but you could also
Is
find
that a
one
box
in
you
one
keep
of.
your tinders in?
You can also find one in one of the general stores.
Okay. What's the going price on those?
Let's see. That's a great question.
The stuff that I pulled over says it's
5 silver.
yeah.
So 1 gold for 2. Perfect.
Because there's 10 silver and 1 gold, right? Something like that.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a conversion.
Yeah,
Alright.
10 to 1.
I'll
10 to
acquire
1. 10 to
2.
1.
2 tinder boxes, please.
2 tinder boxes? Okay, sure. Yeah. Easily enough. Yeah, you're finding this for just about everywhere you go. They're gonna have a good stock of tinder boxes. Okay. So with that, you guys, pick up everything that you need before you head out on your adventure. It's already, it's not late in the day, but the morning has certainly passed. We're reaching about 2 p.m. As you all are preparing to head out. You make it back out of the market square, and you're able to, at this point, kind of follow the signs and to the street signs all kind of point what is in each direction. You're following the signs that are leading you to the north exit. And you make your way up to the north exit, and right here is where we will take a short break.
And I'm putting my the whole shopping list in the Discord. Like I think there are a couple things I forgot to mention. Oh, I added a tent.
That's fine. Well, you guys spent a couple hours here, so we'll say, whatever you wanted, and had the money for, you found. Now, if you just wanted to go in and RP at a shop, we can definitely do that. But as far as shopping,
We just need to get out of the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some action.
I just wrote this down for the record of this is what I remembered currently. If I remembered something later, then I just forgot it. I don't have it on me. This
You're
is what
fine,
I'm
you're
stuck
good.
with.
Okay. All right, then you guys have left the shop. You've gotten everything that you needed for the journey. You're coming to the city, the kind of the city exit, as it's kind of the gates of the city are wide open. Guards, paladin guards on either side. They appear to be human, from the best you can tell, and they're just kind of standing there. Looking around, they're a lot more relaxed than maybe other bigger cities you've been to. They're not, having to stand there in any kind of posture or form. But they're on either side of the doorway, exiting the city, and beyond the city is a dirt road. Now you're entering into an area where it's cold, but where you're at right now is it's pretty good temperature. It's not hot by any means, but but it feels, almost like a springtime where you're at right now. And so there's a dirt road ahead of you that leads out of the town, and signs that point the directions that you are to go, and leading north. So what I want to do here is, as you are making your way out of the town, what would be your marching order? Like how are you walking as you're moving out?
With a limp, just kind of like, just daring,
Noted.
just daring anyone and anything.
I'm in the
mess
back,
with you.
so hopefully I am as far away from the center of attention as possible.
Okay. You are all right. So Xyvyr is in the back. We have Lumidaar, I'm assuming, in the front.
Yeah, probably.
Harold, where are you at?
He's got long legs. He walks a little faster.
Fair enough.
No, I don't. My legs are kind of short. Just picking on the order things were said there.
We almost
Yeah,
walked
yeah,
twice
fair
the
enough.
distance of everyone else.
But I suppose I'll go third.
Okay.
If you
And
want,
so that
I
means
go
Aseurius is
second.
probably in second, with up near where Lumidaar is.
So here's a question: how ridiculous do we look? Just a group of people walking in a line along a dirt road in the woods, just like
a bit.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I would assume that you're kind of like maybe more in like a cluster with two of you almost side by side as you're talking and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
But overall,
I do fully
Yes.
expect Xyvyr to be 5 or so steps behind us by himself. So
Oh, I'm a good 20, 30 feet behind you guys.
yeah,
that's like 5 steps for me. What are you talking about?
right.
I can back up more if you'd like.
You're still in short range distance.
Whose feet, Xyvyr? Whose feet?
Normal human.
How tall are you?
5.5
Oh, okay.
5.5 what?
feet.
Whose feet, Xyvyr?
Halfling feet.
You are like 2/3 of a Lumidaar, is what you are. Xyvyr.
Fine, I'll back up so I'm about 30 feet dragonborn steps.
And we're walking.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we're walking. We're walking.
Yeah. So as you make your way out, kind of left the buildings of the city behind. You've exited the gates. You've hit kind of the dirt road. And as you're walking out, there's plenty of traffic coming in as well. So you're not like all by yourself at this point. There are wagons coming in. There's groups of people walking. Royal City is just a bustling city, and so at this point, as you're exiting, there's what's that?
I am eyeballing every single group to see if they're a potential threat to me.
Sure, yeah, and so you make your way out. Sorry, you make your way out. When you leave the city, you're on like a cobblestone road, but it quickly turns into dirt, as clearly they have not worried about the road. The road has kind of been made as people have traveled through it, and kind of as you exit, you're passing all these that are passing you. And you've kind of been instructed to head north, but those of you that you rolled pretty high, you know at least the way to get to the city or the small town that is right before you get to the Forsaken Caverns. So you have a decent idea of where you're going, and so you're following the roadway. As you're kind of following this roadway and you're walking, what are you guys doing? Are you talking, or are you just walking in silence? How's this looking?
I doubt there's silence. Just to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if Lumidaar could shut up.
Lumidaar, what are you talking about at the front?
Oh, a little bit of everything, like anything and everything. Just saying hey to people as they walk by, you know, like Xyvyr lives his life eyeballing people looking for potential threats. Lumidaar lives his life as a potential threat. So that's just who he is. He's a potential threat. So he does his best to like be approachable as best he can, you know. Don't want to scare all the children.
Are we out of town already?
You've left the town, but you're just basically it's still within vision at this point.
Yeah. Anyone I can like bump into and pickpocket?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There are, people there are plenty of people walking by. If you were to, you're looking out, and Aseurius is scouting out a target. What's he look for?
Someone that's probably more arrogant, a little more posh, but maybe not too posh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that, you're kind of watching the groups of people, and a lot of the people coming in look more like, settlers or travelers that are coming in, for the night. But there is, you can kind of see down the ways in the distance. There is what appears to be a high elf walking with, a couple individuals with him. You can tell that the couple individuals are likely guards, as they appear to have swords sheathed on their backs. He fits the description of what you're looking for, but not sure if he appears to be a safe target.
That's a little too posh.
Okay.
It's also an elf, and they're a little slippery.
Very true. So you see him, and a few individuals back. You see a family coming up that looks like they come decently from wealth. The father in the front.
Sure.
Okay.
What are you doing?
You'll find out. Could go very good or very bad.
All right. So describe to me what Aseurius does. So remember, you're on this kind of dirt road. It's big enough for wagons to go by. So it's all of 7 feet wide. There's a stream of traffic, kind of coming on the left side. Not like a stream. It's the groups of people are separated. 15 feet here, 50 feet here, and there's this family, which is it appears to be a adult male, adult female, and a couple teenage kids.
So I walk around like kind of looking like trying to walk a little bit like I might be a little bit drunk, but not too much enough that it's like my balance isn't great. So I kind of like trip and stumble over to them and just not too hard, but like generally like just bump into the father of the family and just before he can even really think or react, just kind of quickly grab anything that might be of value with a time not to be noticed, of course.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, please, dice, don't fail me now. They failed me.
What? Oh yeah. And as you're kind of acting drunk and you stumble like kind of across the road to where he's at, and you kind of bump into him. Like before you can even like get close to him, he quickly like puts out his hand, and with a lot more force than you were expecting, he pushes like your shoulder back, and you kind of like stumble back over to your group, and you hear him kind of whisper something to his kids. And so you hardly even make it close enough to get a pick on him. So he pushed you away thinking you were drunk and not trying to be drunk.
Lumidaar rolled a 15 perception. Did he see what Aseurius was doing?
From what Lumidaar seen, he's seen Aseurius perceptively drunk and kind of stumble into this human male, and this human male just kind of push him back over to you guys. Now, Lumidaar has been with him, and so he would know that he was not previously drunk.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just something. Lumidaar is just kind of laughs at him and is just gonna stow that information away.
As soon as they're like kind of like they're not paying attention, it's like everybody's like back on.
What were you
It's just like, well,
practicing? What were you doing?
are you asking that?
Yeah. Like, he's kind of like, what are you doing?
It's just going. I was like, oh, no reason, just.
His face has like, you lizards.
Okay, and so you guys, keep making your journey out. At this point, you've been walking a few hours. The sounds of the city are a ways behind you at this point, and soon all around you is just trees and the sound of nature. For some of you, this feels a little bit better than the sounds of the city. And you're making your way, walking for hours. So in this amount of time, I just want to give you guys an opportunity. Have you guys talked to each other? Are you sharing any details about yourself, making any plans, anything like that, or just basic small talk as you're moving?
Probably just small talk for now. I mean,
Pretty secretive.
that's what Lumidaar. I mean, we're not even close enough to know like what's the terrain going to look like, any of that stuff. Right now. Just Lumidaar would encourage Aseurius if he wants to practice pickpocketing, because obviously he needs to practice. You can feel free to try him at any time. He's like, try me at any time, Aseurius. And then, Lumidaar likes to sing songs like Snuffed the Magic Dragon and stuff.
Not even a minute later. Can I actually like just see if I can pickpocket Lumidaar?
Yeah, I mean he's walking around, he's singing. You can, you could go and roll me a sleight of hand and see if.
Like a virgin.
Oh my! What is wrong with the dice now? They're rolling so good.
Oh man.
Xyvyr backs up another 20 feet.
And so at this point, Xyvyr, you are, how far away are you from the group? About
50 now.
50 feet from the group. Okay.
So you try to pickpocket me?
Yeah.
Do I need to contest that roll?
Yeah. Give me
perception.
what would that be? Perception? Yeah. Give me a perception check.
I got a 20.
Yeah, and
So you like reach in and like slap it. I'm like, you're so bad at this. Aseurius, you're so bad at this.
just like Lady Luck is not on my side. I had to roll a 2 to get that.
that is rough. Okay.
I'm like, and then Lumidaar's like, look, let me show you how to pickpocket. And then now Lumidaar's going to try it.
On who?
On you.
Like after you just said what you're gonna do it.
I was going to say, listen, this is how you pickpocket someone. Are you ready? And then I grab you and put you in a headlock. Stealing your money. Give you a noogie. Like, see, this is how you do it.
Yes.
Do I need to roll anything to counter?
I mean, he's gonna reach over and try to grab you. So, let's give me just a straight attack roll, Ian.
With my strength, I rolled a 23.
Give me a dexterity check, Blocker, as you're trying to like avoid this noogie that's trying to give
It's
you.
getting. Ow!
You do not evade.
You've been hanging around me too much.
Apparently 987.
987. I bet a
Gotta
6 is
count
next.
This
Yeah.
is how
So
you
Just to
target
be
somebody.
safe. Nope.
So yeah, Lumidaar, what do you do? As he tries to like back away and he gets kind of tripped up and falls back into you.
Yeah, I'm like, look, this is how you do it. And like, I just grab him, and then I pull his shirt up over his head a little bit, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
My sleeveless leather armor.
I was gonna say, I think he's in leather armor.
yeah, I know. I like pull it. I'm pretty strong, so I just pull it up, like the whole thing. It's like sticking up over his head like this. You know what I mean? Like tiny ducks type thing. And then I just, you know, grab a hold of his gold pack, and I'm like, see, this is just do this next time. And I just give him a noogie. Like,
There you go.
we're gonna be all right, Aseurius. Said, try it again sometime soon.
Okay. Yeah, and so that is the kind of shenanigans that's taking place as you're walking just down this road. And at this point, like, it's getting more and more rare that you see someone pass you. You're getting kind of deeper down the road where the road is a lot less worn in. It's a lot less visible. It's still very much there. It's easy to follow, but it's nowhere near like it was, 2 hours back when you left the city. So we have at this point, Lumidaar and Aseurius are kind of, hanging up there in the front together. We have Harold, who is, kind of in the middle, trying to keep up with those two, and then we have Xyvyr, who is slowly trying to run away from you all, and as he's 50 foot back now, and he keeps hearing, the kind of singing of Lumidaar, followed up with the kind of scuffle of him trying to give Aseurius noogies.
What do you mean trying? What do you mean is trying?
That's true. He succeeded. And it is quite the environment that is happening at this point. Lumidaar, as you're up there and you guys are, kind of messing around, give me a perception check.
Are you trying to pickpocket me again?
And Xyvyr, I want you to give me a perception check as well.
You just want Lumidaar to give
17.
17 from Lumidaar. Yeah, Lumidaar.
20.
And a 20. Excellent.
When the saints go marching in.
So
when the saints go marching. I'll do it under my breath then.
So Xyvyr, from the back, from where you're at, you hear, off in the distance in the woods, you hear a growling sound, and you hear even the sound of what it seems to you like something large scraping the ground. Lumidaar, you hear as you're kind of singing and goofing around with Aseurius. And Aseurius, real quick, how are you taking his kind of goofing around and his singing? How are you receiving this?
I think I kind of know he's not the most charismatic type, so I know he's trying to be friendly and playful.
Okay.
The only way he knows.
All right, and so Lumidaar and Aseurius, since you're kind of there too, you hear up in front of you. You can hear the sound of a rushing river. You're kind of climbing at this point. You've been on an uphill slope for what seems like 10 minutes or so. So you're kind of walking steadily up a hill, and you can hear over in the distance, maybe over the top of the hill, you can hear the sound of rushing water.
Sounds like a waterfall, Aseurius. Maybe some rapids.
Maybe it might be difficult crossing.
I can fly.
When can Dragonborn fly?
I got wings. I can fly. For a whole minute. It's really more like hover.
Where's
still.
your wings?
They're right here. Are you blind, Aseurius? They're right here. These are my wings.
And you do actually have wings?
Yeah,
I thought
I'm a gem dragonborn.
Yeah,
out of,
Gem
out of-
Dragonborn.
out of character, I thought Gem Dragonborn had to summon
I don't know. Do they?
those. I think that is actually what it is.
I'm
Oh, yeah, there's-
honestly not sure.
They're totally special. Oh, I can't do that till 5th level. Never mind. I
Never
can't
mind.
fly yet.
I can't play. He's trying to learn. All right.
I just can't do it. Do you see
Currently,
like he like really focuses like, and you see like little wings pop out.
Little sparkle.
yeah.
He's like, see, told you,
It's like, oh,
got wings.
do they work? They didn't look very solid.
They work better than your wings do, Aseurius.
Obviously, I don't have any.
And Xyvyr, as they are having this conversation, you hear the growl and the rustle from the woodline, and as you look over, and you could see and you can kind of make out the shape, especially you being kind of through this area before. You can make out the shape and the outline of a large male owlbear that has spotted you. What do you do?
I am going to.
There's no alleys here. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna darken. I'm gonna make the mist around me get very almost inky black.
Okay. And you hear.
And I'm gonna try and use the darkness almost as a form of intimidation on it.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check.
18.
Okay.
Is it good enough?
Probably not.
It actually matched an 18. And so you see as it was set up and it was prepared to rush you, and as you've kind of gotten darker, it goes, and it kind of drifts back just a bit, but it doesn't leave. It's not turning its back on you, but now it's just watching you to see what you do.
I'm gonna stay in my very dark form and stand my ground.
Okay. And all this while, as you are kind of having this standoff here with this owlbear, your group is kind of continuing to walk forward to the river, the rushing water sound that they've heard, putting more and more distance between you. It now at this point, like seeing that you've changed and you've gotten darker, but you haven't done anything directly threatening, it starts to move forward toward the edge of the wood line and still kind of like growling. What do you do?
I'm going to darken the mist even further.
Okay, give me another intimidation check.
How far away is this bear from me, out of curiosity?
At this point, since he's now walked to the edge of the wood line, and you're like right on the road, he is 30 feet away.
Okay, that changes what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to hit it with darkness.
Okay. Gonna hit
Not
the bear.
not
or
eyes of the
that
dark. Just I'm going to burn a spell slot, and I'm going to cast darkness straight on that owl bear, so it is
Okay.
now blind.
Completely blind. Okay. And describe for me what this darkness looks like as it encompasses this owlbear.
Well, through the darkness, that owlbear would start to see this little pulsating glow of purple and blue right where my heart should be,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to slowly pulsate through my veins down to my palms before its vision just fades to black.
Okay. And as its vision just completely fades to black, you hear it kind of like shriek as it fades to black, and you hear a rustle as it like backpedals out of fear, and you hear it like kind of hit a log and tumble over. And then eventually you hear as it runs off in the distance. When it's finally able to see, it just takes off running in the opposite direction as it is successfully freaked out.
I let the mist go back to normal and then proceed to walk towards the party.
Okay. At this point, the party is about 70 feet up this hill, kind of that your guys are walking up now. And as you guys top this hill, you see before you there is, over to your kind of far right, maybe 100 yards down, there's a waterfall kind of going into this river, and along the road there is a bridge there, and it is in decently rough shape. And as you approach this, go and give me. So is it Lumidaar and Aseurius? Are you still side by side? Harold, are you kind of hanging back, or are you up there with them?
Pretty much right behind him, I guess.
Okay.
Harold saw my wings. You saw my wings, didn't you, Harold?
Yeah, I had to look up quite, a bit, but yeah, I saw him there.
See, like
something
smack
like that.
Aseurius in the arm, like, see, Harold saw.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Aseurius, this time, give me a perception check.
Seriously? Not 20? Now I'm getting good rolls.
Wow. So,
See, you got
No
away
one
from
actually
me.
matters.
You got away from me.
yes, it makes sense. So, as Lumidaar is talking about his tiny wings to Harold, you're looking and scoping out this bridge, it being something new and concerning, and you are able to see on the other side of the bridge, on just the other side of the bridge, you can see a daunting shape of a figure on the other side. As you, with that nat 20, you catch sight of a tuft of fur as this figure is kind of like down on the other side of the bridge, almost hidden from you. And you can tell from where you're at that this is a fully grown bugbear. And with that, you can see on the side of the bridge closest to you, just down in the canyon, you can see the shadow of what seems to be another bugbear.
I think because it involves the safety of the party, I will use my telepathy to link the whole party together.
Okay.
I believe I can do the whole party. 1 second.
Okay. Check and see.
And is that the members of the party to each other as well, or everything through you?
Oh, sorry. I can only do 2 additional people to me. Well, it's to everyone's linked together. It's 2-way communication that way.
Okay.
So let me just roll. I need to roll d6 to see how long it lasts.
What's the range on that too?
It is. Where is it? How far does it go? Why are you not there? Sorry, I'm just trying to find it.
No, you're fine.
Oh, it's within eyesight.
Eyesight. Okay.
If I can see you, and then once the connection's made, it's up to a mile.
Oh well. Okay. Yeah. So you would be able to get to Xyvyr and obviously either of the ones next to you.
So I connect Lumidaar and Xyvyr and myself.
Amazing.
And I was just like, guys, we might have a problem up ahead. I think I saw a couple of bugbears waiting in ambush. One on the other side, one down in the valley.
Understood.
Are you in my head?
I can explain.
Do you say this out loud,
Yeah.
Lumidaar?
It kind of surprises him. He's like, "Are you in my head?" And Lumidaar can speak telepathically also, but it's just like he's
Here's the
never
way.
done it. He's never done it with anybody that's not a Dragonborn, and so
Right.
like he's just quite amazed at how smooth your brains feel. It's like, why do your brains feel so smooth?
I'm just sitting here, in his head. I'm like, dude, shut up. I did this so that they wouldn't know.
So who wouldn't know?
Did you say that out loud too?
Yeah, who? So who doesn't know?
And when Xyvyr speaks, you kind of hear this shadowy chorus effect with him.
I'm just like,
I mean, Lumidaar's not—he's not being super loud, but he's just like. So who doesn't know? What are you talking?
so the two bugbears waiting in ambush ahead don't know. We know
Oh.
that they're there.
I just kind of look over. I'm like,
That also means don't work. Don't look.
I think their eyesight is based off of movement. Everybody stay still.
I'm still 50 feet away from you, so that shouldn't be a problem.
All right. So
And I'm
you have
looking
this
around
connection.
kind of between the two of them, a little confused. Like,
Yeah,
what
Harold
they're
has no
saying.
idea. Because all Harold hears is Lumidaar talking and responding for some reason to questions he doesn't hear.
Why is he talking to himself?
Mind stuff.
I just whisper to Harold.
You whisper what?
He's crazy.
Okay, so you all are, except Harold at this point, made aware that there are the two bugbears kind of waiting to ambush on this bridge. What are you going to do?
So wait, they are waiting to ambush us, or are they just there?
So that Aseurius believes they're there to waiting to ambush.
Harold, there's two bugbears. Aseurius thinks they're waiting to ambush us. But we know that it's an ambush, so we can ambush them instead. Are you down with that? You got it?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. So there's one across the river, right? Across the bridge, and there's one down below. Is it like a unable to load token?
Oh, yeah, it keeps doing
Yeah, I think it keeps saying that for some reason. I'm going to look into that after stream. Mine
I
keeps
had
saying
that
it.
issue come up too.
So we're not
Synchronization.
are we like on a cliff? Is this like a steep drop off that we're looking at here, or is it more of a like we see here on the picture where it's kind of like yeah, it's a cliff there, but
Yeah, it's a cliff there, but it's not super steep. It's sort of like really similar to how you see in the picture. Like it's probably a drop 15, 20 feet down.
this
then
bugbear
through the-
below us isn't like he's not like on the ledge.
He's like on the ledge. He's like underneath,
That's
kind of like hanging on underneath the bridge.
Okay.
You know,
He's
ready
not
to.
dangling like thousands of feet in the air. 'Cause
No, not by any means.
That would make this way more fun, but it's not. So
It would, but you know, you're not.
Gonna say-
It's 20-foot drop. It is a pretty quick moving river though underneath.
can bugbears swim? I don't know. What, Xyvyr? Did you say something? I thought Xyvyr said something in my head. Guess not. Must be my own voices talking to me. So what do we want to do? Do we want to ambush the ambushers? Is this a wooden bridge like this, or is it like a suspension bridge, like an Indiana Jones rope bridge?
No, it's a wooden bridge. It's a wooden bridge.
Kind of like the background.
It's similar to the background, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a couple of options. We could rush the one across from us, because we know that he's there waiting. Completely bypass the first one and try to take out the one across from us, and then turn on the one that's coming up behind us. Or we could make fun of the one across from his mother and try to bait him across the thing. The problem is, if that's his mother that's underneath the bridge, well then, there's just a whole nother. I don't know the relations. I don't know how bugbears are related, and I don't know the difference between a male and a female. So
I haven't.
That's
had
really
enough
more-
coffee for this.
that's really more Harold's department, is whether or not they're male, female.
So I just say in Lumidaar's head, like, go for it. And
Wait, which one? Make fun of them, or just rush?
sure, do what you think is best.
How about I do both? And I like look over
I'm-
to
I'm-
the bug around the other side and I just scream at him. I'm like,
Oh.
"Hey, is that your mom under the bridge?"
Did you say any of that out loud, or any of the plan out loud?
Lumidaar says everything out.
This is everything.
Okay, then I would have blessed you for any trouble that you might have. I figured I'd call that out before things happen.
The best
Oh, but
part
it's
is
only
I
attack
think-
rolls
I
for saving
think
throws.
Lumidaar has the highest intelligence in the party.
I think so too.
Wait, really?
He's got a high intelligence. He has no wisdom and no
Yeah.
charisma. All right.
And the other way
so-
around.
This isn't
Lumidaar.
Gus here.
He's
Yeah,
like the
very true.
smartest dumb person you've ever met.
And I'm the
So-
dumbest smart person.
Exactly.
Lumidaar, you guys right now are, 40 feet from the bridge, and you've kind of stopped and kind of made this plan, and then you kind of turn, step out a little ways from the party, and you yell, "Hey, is that your mom under the bridge?" And that right there is where we will end for tonight.
Do you think she'd go out with me?
And we will continue this dating experiment next week and see where it goes.
South. It will go south.
Yeah, it's looking that way, but yeah, that's where we're at tonight.
Aseurius
All right.
is in his head, a moron. And then it's like, oh, I forgot to disconnect that.
Oh man. To be fair, Aseurius gave him complete permission to go for it.
You did say go for it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I also thought he'd actually walk up first, and then, I would just disappear and go around.
Yeah, no. He
Why do you think I'm still 45 feet behind you guys?
Yeah.
So here's the whole thing with Lumidaar. Like as a defensive character, he wants all the attention on him.
Yeah.
He wants to be all eyes focused on him, so that you guys can do whatever it is you need to do. But everybody, look at me, punch me, kiss me, not Aseurius. His tongue is forked. It's weird. Kiss me. That's kind of his whole thing.
That's his thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Just walk to the
Xyvyr's
battle,
over here
kiss
going,
me.
I want to be as far away from the center of attention as physically possible.
Exactly.
Fair.
Sirius is big, or Lumidaar is big, and he knows it. And he wants all eyes on him.
Nice. Okay, well, that is where we will conclude the session and the stream. Everyone that hung out with us, appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you join back in next week and find out if it is indeed his mother under the bridge. That is what everyone is wondering at this point.
That is.